I want to see this movement basically to encourage our government, honestly. We don't understand the frustration that this virus has even caused to everybody. It's not just even you, but every single person in your community. We are deeply worried and we are deeply touched that we are losing life on daily basis as a result of these virus that have come to take humans away. Honestly, we are deeply worried. But we must apply common sense and we must look at the policies, the decisions we are making today. How is it going to affect our people? This is where I really want you to focus on. If I were you, what I should be doing right now is to educate people about social distances. Do not fail to understand. Even right here in the UK, businesses are still open. Shops are opened. You know, if you run food business, you are still allowed to do so. If you work in the medical sector, you are allowed to do so. And you as an individual, if you work, you are still allowed to go to your work, provided you maintain social distance. Honestly, this is the case. If this is happening here, despite that these people they are so wealthy here, and they know that they cannot be able to sustain the economy for a long time if people do not work. But how about we Africans, where you know many of us do not have a means of livelihood. If we do not go and work in the day, we will not eat. This is why I am encouraging you to please go back and review your decision. Your initial decision to lock people in as a result of this crisis will not really solve it. Because we can see various gatherings on how people, the places you call food bank center, where people were supposed to come and take food. We see the numbers of crowd, how people mesh together trying to even, get some of this food. And just imagine if one person, if just one person, contracted this disease there, it would have helped to spread to that thousands of people that are gathering up, struggling to get those food. So which means we are not actually helping to curb this crisis. That will not really help us. So what will help us is to educate these people about social distances. Put personnel across markets and other public places to keep an order. Educate people on how they can keep distance between themselves. Open up the market. Let people go and buy food in the market. Let people go and buy whatever they need. But what is advisable is that all these security personnel that we are putting on the street to oppress people, they will not really solve the problem. So we should be assigning some of them to actually stay in these public places in order to keep an order, to educate people on how they can abstain from one another, at least 2-3 meters away from each other. That would actually help. Because you're closing down these businesses, you're instructing your personnel to destroy these markets will not really solve this problem. And it can add to the problem that we have today. Are you a local government chairman? Are you a senator? Are you a governor? Are you a president? Please go back and review your decision. Understand the situation of your people. About the social distances, I have seen the effort you have put in there, and I want to seize this moment to thank the Lagos State government and the Edo State governor for what you are doing, building rehabilitation centers where people will be able to be quarantined should they manage to contact this deadly disease. Honestly, I appreciate your effort, but this will not end there. If you want to save these people's life, I want you to please go back, open up the market, educate people about social distances, put your security personnel across this market to help to maintain this law, this implementation of this order that you have put in place. Honestly, I'm sure if people are allowed to still go to their various works, if people are allowed to go to the market, if people are allowed to provide for themselves, this will be the beginning of a new era of actually being able to curbing the spread of this virus on one side and also helping to grow the local economy. I believe this will help. This is why I want to encourage you. And I also want to inform you that I am here in the UK and I watch news every day across the world. And even Italy, that where we know that this case is seriously severe, they are opening up the economy now because they realize that the staying home methodology will not work because it doesn't actually stop people from dying. But considering the circumstance where people stay home, they have nothing to eat, they are dying, and the virus itself has never stopped killing people. You see this? So it's a very serious situation, and I'm sure we should learn from this. UK here are opening their businesses. Spain, they are opening their businesses. Italy, they are opening their businesses. Some states in the United States, they are opening their businesses. And I believe we can do the same. Appreciate the effort of our African leaders who has been able, in one way or the other, manage this situation that actually this virus were not able to spread as it spread in other countries. I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you, and I want to encourage you that there is actually more we can do together. Could it also be that we might be the problem solver at this century? Has your mind ever even go there? How you can support Africa innovative people, Africa medical sectors, Africa people who can actually go on a very good research in discovering the cure of this particular disease. So if this happens, which means you have the potentials to actually help other people all over the world. Let's not always wait for the US, for the French, for the UK to discover a vaccine for any pandemic situations like this. Always remember that the world have started from Africa. If it's to end, it's going to end in Africa. We have lots of things that the world will actually come and learn from, honestly. And I believe even the cause of this crisis, the cure for this particular virus, we in one way or the other, we have it right there in our countries, in our cities. It's just that we haven't been able to put our hands together to discover it and get it and spread it across. So in terms of these social distances, it's very hard to implement it in Africa, considering our population density is just too extreme. That what we would have to do is to actually try as much as possible to do our local research, discover the cure, the medicine for the cure of this particular coronavirus, and help to use it to cure our people as well as other people in the world. And I am sure they would like to learn from us.